Call me in order to start the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next, I will do the approval of the agenda.
I will move to approve the agenda.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next is approval of minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next is approval of claims for payment.
I will move to approve the claims for payment.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next is to accept the Central Iowa Juvenile Detention Audit Report. It's already been approved or accepted at the juvenile detention. It's a pretty clean audit report. What they do is they send it to all the counties to have it accepted, and so they can put that on file. If anybody has any questions.
I'll make a motion to accept the Central Iowa Juvenile Detention Center audit report for
I'll second.
2014.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Next is a tax suspension list for 2015-16 payable year, tax year.
We have 3 requests for suspension, and I will move to approve those.
What we do is we send them to DHS for
Oh, we do.
verification, and then they send it back, and then it authorizes Michelle to
Oh, all right.
allow or not allow.
So it's actually DHS that makes that
Yes,
determination?
right, so
Okay.
we're pretty much just sending to DHS for
Okay,
verification.
all right, so I would move to send these to DHS for verification that they would qualify for the suspension for fiscal year 15-16, payable year 15-16.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Appropriations resolution. This is what we had our meeting over last week.
Budget amendment?
We had our public hearing on it.
I'll make a motion to approve the appropriations resolution amendment.
And I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Ron,
Aye.
Renee,
Aye.
Lance.
Aye. Motion carries. Next, we have to set the date for the public hearing for the reappropriation budget. May 13th was a good day that was sent out.
Yeah, so I'd move to approve, or to set the date for the public hearing for reappropriating budget for May 13th at 10:02?
Yep. In the conference room.
Okay, in the conference room.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Next, we have to award the contract for the county audit. It's a 3-year contract. We've had 4 applicants. We've been studying them for a while here today, earlier this morning, and we've also had that time to look at them for the past week individually.
Aye. Do you want to? I don't care.
Go ahead.
All right. I will make a motion after going through the point system as well as what we feel is best for the county. I believe we'll award the contract to, or I'll make a motion to award the contract to Bowman and Miller.
And I will second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? They've been with us for some time. They've done a great job for us, from my aspect. I know, I believe I've had compliments from other department heads. I guess we got one in here. I don't know what your opinion was. I never
I
asked.
think they're very easy to work with and very helpful.
Yeah, we agree.
That's what I've gotten from the ones I've talked to. Any other discussion?
Well, the only negative is sometime down the road, we'll probably need a new set of eyes. We've worked with Bowman and Miller for good reason for years now. But somewhere down the road, we might need to have a new set of eyes and look at the county. But for right now, we feel it's best
I would agree.
to have Bowman and Miller.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. GIS quarterly report.
You guys, I got it for you guys last week. It's been a heck of a quarter.
You won't put the camera on you.
No. It's been a heck of a quarter. It was a really difficult report to write just because of the combining of the GIS and the IT departments. And I think with the new fiscal year, I'm gonna have to figure out a new way to kind of report on the activities we're doing. So I'll have to be evaluating. This works for about 80% of the stuff that we're doing. I'll just have to tweak. Matt has his own way of kind of keeping track of stuff, and then I have mine, and we got to figure out how to combine them. But budget-wise, on the GIS side, there's been no unexpected expenditures, and we're still doing very good because of the leaving of the staff member during this fiscal year. We've had extra money just sitting there that's going to be used. We're actually going to combine the GIS and IT budget before the end of the fiscal year, just to kind of even things out between the two of them.
Sounds good, thank you.
Okay,
Any questions?
so I'll move to accept the GIS quarterly report.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Utility permits, I have two. Student.
I'll make a motion to approve Hardin County utility permit application by Midland Power for the purpose of rebuilding overhead one-phase power lines in section 26, 27, and 35 Tipton Township.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Also make a motion to approve Hardin County utility permit application by Alliant Energy for the purpose of replacing existing power poles and guide wires with new ones in section 25, 6, 27, 25, 26, 27, 30, 31, 32, 33, and 34 in Pleasant Township, and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 32 in Province Township, and 18 and 19 in Eldora. There you go.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded to approve as printed. Any
Come on,
discussion?
Lance. Play the game.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next, we have a presentation on rail project by
Thank you,
Cindy.
Supervisors, for your time this morning. I just wanted to give you kind of a brief update on where we're at. As you know, we had a project that was partnered with Alliant Energy. And this was for a conceptual site plan of the rail park as well as a virtual spec building. So what you see on your screen here is what they ended up with as far as a conceptual design. Right, this area here is our 295 acres of developable land. Alliance territory covers the north part of the park, and Midland Cooperative covers the south part of the park for electrical services. So Alliance said, we'll help you with this project, but you gotta make sure that if we put any buildings on the site and display it, it will be in Alliant territory. So Alliant territory runs from here and it goes up like this, over to here, and then it comes down. So these buildings that are located along here show how it could be laid out in the future. If you recall, this is our rail track here along the side. I think my pointer just went out on me here. It's the connecting track between the UP on the south and the CN on the north. We also had JEO put in some additional roads that come down and into Midland territory, but no buildings are actually located on the site. The larger buildings are approximately 300 to 375,000 square feet. When Via Rail Logistics was working with JEO, we contacted the rail providers, and one of the rail providers said, if you're going to do a virtual spec building on this site, make sure you do it at least 300,000 square feet. So those larger size buildings are that size, and if you note, Flint Hill Resources down here on the southeast, some of those buildings actually are as big as what their entire building campus is, to give you kind of an overview of how the site looks. Over here along the southeast picture, you can see along the CN siding, there are little spurs that come off to the buildings, and that is one way that we anticipate the buildings could connect to that particular siding. And that siding comes into the manifest yard, and you can transload and everything within that manifest yard and then go back out. So this is kind of a conceptual design. We also did a virtual spec building. It's a 30-second marketing spot, so if you want to try that.
The Iowa Falls, Hardin County Industrial Rail Site is a certified site under Iowa's Economic Development Authority. The virtual spec buildings represent potential rail-served warehousing, manufacturing, and cross-dock loading facilities. Located in the northwestern portion of the industrial park, the proposed design offers 357,500 gross square feet for production or warehousing, and 17,500 square feet allocated to office functions. The minimum end wall height is 36 feet. The lot sizes are large enough to allow for outdoor storage areas or building expansion. This certified site provides dual rail accessibility from two Class
I'm sorry.
1 rail providers. Both the Union Pacific Railroad and the Canadian National Railroad provide interconnectivity throughout the park.
So if you want to go back now to the PDF. So we're pleased with the results of that. I think it really gives an idea of what can actually be accomplished. That virtual spec building was actually the northwest building there, which is also in the top figure on this side. The way it's positioned, it allows for additional expansion to the north. So that is the reason it was kind of laid out that way. I did this presentation to the city council on Monday night and asked them for approval to go ahead and submit an application for the next round of Tiger grants that has just been made available. The federal government has done Tiger rounds the last 6 years. This is their 7th round, and they have $500 million set aside for transportation ground projects. These can include rails, streets, roads, ports, bridges, that type of thing. And because this site is actually in a rural area, we are allowed to apply for it with 100% possible without any matching funds. So the city of Iowa Falls has agreed to be the applicant in the process, and we are starting now to get that information pulled together and submitted. It's a very highly political, highly competitive grant award cycle. So, of course, there's no guarantee you get it, but we're going to give it our best effort. And I intend to apply for the entire cost of the project. So I will be coming back to the supervisors for some type of letter of support in the month of May as a supporting partner in that grant process, if you permit me to do so. I think it's, because it's in the county currently and because of the involvement that the county has had, I think it will make a stronger grant application to have your partner support in that. So I guess with that, I would just open it up to any questions that anybody has at this point.
Looks nice, it's been a lot of work.
Yeah.
4 years
Such
in the
a
running
great
now?
plan.
I've been working on it ever since I've been in Iowa Falls, so yeah,
Really?
4 years. And I think we've done all the due diligence on this site with it being a certified site now. I think applying for this grant is gonna be extremely beneficial that we have all that heavy lifting already done. As you know, we have a contract in place for final design, rail design that you are supporting with lost funds. We've not signed that contract yet because we are waiting for the UP's final approval on the 30%. We've gotten the 30% approval from the CN, and the UP has made some tweaks to that siding that's gonna go in there right of way, so we're waiting on that. But from the UP, we have that new letter of service agreement already in place and signed, so I'm confident that that will go forward. But I just think we're in a good spot, and the chance of, making some progress in this grant process is positive, so.
Again, I like to throw it out there. How many potential jobs could this create?
Well, it depends upon the companies that locate there. Ideally, I guess you would look at a project that has a higher capital investment and perhaps 50 jobs to start with, the initial project. But if you look how big those buildings currently are, and then you have all the rest of the area to develop on the south side, you are looking at a lot of potential for development and for jobs. You don't want to bring in 500 jobs that then will impact your current businesses with workforce. I mean, you hope that it's balanced, but the higher the capital investment, of course, the more tax revenue that the county and the city will get, the more ability for putting it in a TIF pot, basically, and it just would certainly benefit, the entire region.
But it could get up to 500.
It could.
Yeah.
I mean, ideally, that's what we hope, but I always like it if it's broken down with businesses that aren't huge numbers for one business. You have more eggs in the basket that way, and I just think there is a lot of potential for this site. And these two pieces that were just completed in the partnership with Alliant certainly is going to help us in marketing the site.
You guys have any questions?
No, I appreciate the visuals. I drive it every day, and I can almost see the buildings there right now. It's awesome project.
It'll put Hardin County and Iowa Falls on the map, there's no question. With that dual rail connection, that is huge.
Just look forward to moving ahead with it and hopefully getting the grant.
I know.
Well,
See
thank
what
you.
happens.
Thank you for the work you put into it and the visual that you put out here for not just us, but anybody that wants to see it.
Well, since it's done, we thought it would be an appropriate time frame to show it at the city council and supervisor meetings, so.
Yeah, it just definitely puts the visual to the whole, I mean, it's been talked about for so long, but then to actually see it like this is great.
It's an old aerial.
Pardon?
It's an old aerial.
Mm-hmm. That would be helpful to have some updated aerials.
We've talked about it.
I know you have, I know, just had to get that in. But thank you for your continued support and for the time to share it in your meeting.
Any other questions? If not, I'll move on. Thank you again, Cindy.
Welcome.
Thanks.
Yes, thank you.
I guess I skipped the secondary roads. What do you got going on there?
Oh, had a few calls about roads. You've had a few too, but we're working on it. Mainly Alden and Iowa Falls areas, so.
Are those like frost boils or what's the?
Yeah, some frost boils still, mud coming up. But yeah, we've been
Heavy
working
ag
on it.
equipment's really
Yeah.
hurting it.
That's kind of hurting us the most. But we've been in touch with them too, and they're doing whatever they can to, stay off them. But can't deny them the right to feed their livestock, and
Yeah.
I mean, not much you can do.
Yeah.
but they're taking alternate routes, so. But
Okay.
other than that,
Well, thank you.
Thanks,
next-
Bruce.
Next we have is other business. Hearing none, I'll ask for adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
It's moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We're adjourned. Thank you.